Two parties claiming they're different, red and blue, but look a little closer, they're controlled by the same few. Open society announces itself right in the name, open to destruction while they're playing the game. Utilizing the system, gaining access to the flow, money under false pretenses, layers most don't know. Hiring ignorant people who fall right into line, destroying their own country, thinking they're doing fine. But reciprocity is watching, taking careful notes. What goes around comes around, that's how karma votes. The system, when used irreverently, creates its own fall. Blowback on those involved, reciprocity calls. Don't give them too much power, they're already creating their demise. Others are taking notice, seeing through the lies. The corruption self-destructs, that's the natural way. Reciprocity ensures they'll reap what they betray. Congress must be compromised to look down on Save America. How else would they oppose what protects their replica? Unless they're working for someone else, controlled by foreign hands, blackmailed, bribed, or bought to undermine their own land. Language is weaponized, ideas used to divide. Greed fuels every decision while they claim they're on your side. Need for validation, artificial glory sought, feeling special, important, while the country's being bought. But reciprocity is watching, taking careful notes. What goes around comes around, that's how karma votes. The system, when used irreverently, creates its own fall. Blowback on those involved, reciprocity calls. Don't give them too much power, they're already creating their demise. Others are taking notice, seeing through the lies. The corruption self-destructs, that's the natural way. Reciprocity ensures they'll reap what they betray. When you use the system with irreverence and greed, the system turns against you, plants a different seed. The blowback is so visible, now others see the game, taking notes on how corruption always ends the same. They thought they were untouchable, above the natural law, but reciprocity doesn't care what titles that they draw. What you do returns to you, magnified and clear. The corrupt are learning lessons through the very thing they fear. Soros in his open society, claiming they want freedom spread, but really just destroying everything, leaving nations dead. Hiring activists and politicians, NGOs and more, all ignorantly working toward the country's final door. But look at what's happening, the pattern's plain to see. Their own corruption's eating them through reciprocity. The system they abuse to gain control and power is the same system that's collapsing in this very hour. We're not victims of their schemes, we're witnesses instead, watching how the universe ensures that karma's fed. Taking notes on how corruption always self-destructs, how irreverence toward natural law is what corruption trucks. Others around the world are seeing it unfold, learning from America how tyranny gets sold, but also learning how it falls when used without respect. The system self-corrects itself, that's the final effect. So reciprocity is working, taking nature's course. What goes around comes around with undeniable force. The system, when used irreverently, creates its own demise. Blowback on those involved, we can see it in their eyes. We don't give them power, they're already sealing their fate. Others are taking notice, it's not too late. The corruption self-destructs, that's the universal way. Reciprocity ensures they'll pay for their betray. So when you see the two parties playing their divisive game, open society and others operating without shame, remember they're already creating their own fall. Reciprocity is watching and it's taking notes on all. We're learning how the system, when used with disrespect, turns against the user, that's a natural effect. Others around the world are watching, taking careful note. How corruption self-destructs, that's the lesson that we wrote. Reciprocity in action, the system self-corrects. What they did irreverently is what their fate reflects. Don't give them too much power, they're already creating their end. Reciprocity ensures it, that's the message that we send. Don't give them too much power, they're already creating their end. Reciprocity ensures it, that's the message that we send. Don't give them too much power.